Hey everybody, it's Craig. So we're going to go through all the steps required to take a ring like this, 6 tall prongs. It's got some fancy work on it, and I'm going to show you how to sand cast it using the core system. Now if you look at this, you're going to see that this pattern is cut in the center of the shank. That's done on purpose because what it does is when it slides over the resin core part, it's going to have some tension. And so wherever I put it, it's going to stay in place. So that's important. Another thing is that this is a replica that I've reproduced of a very old sand casting pattern. I bought a whole bunch of them. There's hundreds of them, and they are probably dated somewhere early 1900s, possibly into the late 1800s. Okay, so now we'll start. So the first thing, my kit comes with this square. Some of them, I used to paint them, kind of a teal color. I quit doing that. And then you've got these two parts here. And so the first thing that needs to happen is we need to come up with the finger size. And so that's done with this. This is a size 9. That pattern is going to be a size 9. And so we're going to place this down just like that. And then if you notice, this has like a red dot. The other side of the flask has a red dot. And the core here, one side has a red dot, so we want to keep the red dots together. So when we put this together and we slide these, it creates the size 9 halfway through. Now I recommend at this point you powder this. And then you want to make sure that with the sand you're using, I have not had good luck with this particular system using anything but my red clay brand or the Delft clay brand. Those two, because they are more compact, have worked better. I have not had great results with the Petrobond or any of the other knockoff brands out there. So just something to keep in mind. I don't care what you use, but that's just my how it's worked for me. So what we're going to do is we're going to scrape this off. Now my kit comes with this, but you could get something like a little ruler, and that would work great as well. Once we get to this point, this can come up, and we've now created exactly a size 9, and it's halfway through, and it's lined up correctly with the pins. So we can take and put that aside. This is just like a piece of metal that I put down, and it helps keep everything solid. Okay, so that's the first step. Second step is you have this, and like I say, if you take this apart, you'll see that one side of the core is flat, and on the other side it's got these lines through it. So the side that has no red dot goes on the side that has the lines. And then the side with the red dot goes on the flat side, just like that. I like to keep the red dot to the left. So at this point, we got plenty of powder in there. I recommend powdering the piece you're going to do. And then I like to have the red dot pointing up, but the prongs and everything are going to go down into this section. So like I say, it's cut on the bottom, and that creates tension. So we're going to slide it over that, and you want to look and see if you've got it, you know, horizontal here with the end of this so that it's lined up correctly. Look at it on both sides. Make sure it's in the middle. So at this point, you can never have enough powder. Put the powder on, and these are going to slide down these posts. And that's going to keep everything nice and detailed. Things aren't going to move around. You want to have those. Okay, next thing. At this point, we have our red dot here, red dot there, and this is going to go on top, just like that. So when you look down in there, and you see the shank part. And again, more powder. So if you notice, I'm not hammering this. Just in what I've learned, if you don't hammer it, to me, it doesn't compact quite as tightly, and that's a good thing. Because the more compact it is, the less that air and gases are going to travel through it. And when you get to the vacuuming part, then that becomes critical. You want the air to travel through it as easy as possible. So to me, and again, I don't care how you do it, but for me, I do not hammer it. I'm using a dowel and I'm pushing it in. And so at this point, we're going to take and we're going to scrape this off. And then you can clean all this off. So now we're at the point where this needs to pull back apart. And we know we have the detail in the short section, and in the top section will be the funnel. So we're going to pull this apart. So now we can set this aside, and we have this section here. And I'm thinking at this point, the video is at about close to 8 minutes. We'll stop it here, and then we'll work on the next steps. All right, thank you.